All right, last video for this one. I hope you had an okay break. I know these are a little bit long. I know. I appreciate you sticking with me. This kind of instruction maybe is not everybody's favorite, but I do appreciate you listening to the videos and watching and following along so that way you can learn from me, your old teacher, who has some experience, I would say, reading. And I'm going through this for the first time with you together. So I want you to be able to also see my thinking process. So again, I appreciate you sticking with these long videos. Perhaps it won't always be this way. Hey, while you guys were on break, I did add something in here. I probably should have said it in the other video, but I'm adding it now. I highlighted where they mentioned LeBron James, and I named this as a celebrity as the way of communication. Sometimes when you pull in celebrities, that helps to prove your point and give more credibility to this issue. And I think the effect of using this, pulling in this celebrity, is it gets it helps with the claim, I believe, to help us see that this is an issue that celebrities care about, that he's involved in. So that kind of lends itself to perhaps being a bigger problem and a more urgent need to possibly be changed. All right, let's keep going. If a kid can do something about it, okay, he's talking about LeBron because he's 19. If a kid can do something, why can't we? Let's all of us, every parent. See, now this is what makes me think that maybe the audience is parents. But then up here, he was talking about all these different people who should be held accountable too. So maybe it's a mix. Maybe it's parents and government lawmakers or everyone. Something to keep thinking about. Let's make a vow to stop jumping up and driving the kids 3 blocks to their friend's house. Let them take that cobwebbed covered contraption in the garage. It's called a bike. Watch what your kids are jamming down their throats. When I was a kid, a fast food soda was 12 ounces. Now it's 32. In the last 20 years, hamburgers have grown by 23%. And so have your children. Thanks, McDonald's. You supersized us. Okay, so here you can call this another way. You've got some statistics here again, or as well. You can just call it stats, which is short for statistics. And again, you're talking about who is to blame, who is responsible. So again, I don't know if it's really just parents. I think it's everyone. I think it's America as a society. I think that might be the audience, guys. Stop treating the kid like the Little Prince. This is a reference to a book or a story. I don't know if you guys know that story. Anyways, but this is what you would call an illusion. You should know that word. You should know that from fiction. He's alluding to a piece of literature. So this is an illusion. You know, another thing that I would probably complain about if I were you is I would probably complain about, I just want to read it. I don't want to look for all these things. I don't want to stop and, highlight and all of that. I could see why that would be possibly something that would be bothersome for you. I think once you get good enough at noticing these things automatically, then you won't have to highlight. You won't have to write notes. But right now we're still learning. We're still practicing. So eventually you'll get to that point where it's just automatic and you won't be asked to do this. It's on the horizon. I promise. All right, let's keep going. You wouldn't believe the signed excuses kids bring in to get out of gym, says Rich Wheeler, who teaches 7th grade PE in La Canada, California. My kid has a sore thumb. She's got a bruise. He wakes up late. Parents are escape artists for their kids. Again, this would be interview. So this guy, all we know about him is he's a PE teacher. So he's pulling that in there to help prove his point. Pull fast food carts and candy machines and exclusive deal soda contracts out of the schools. Did you know that soda companies have contracts with the schools? Like that they will offer like vending machines of, certain kinds of soda to students. Anyway, keep moving. 1/3 of all public high schools sell fast food. Meanwhile, fewer and fewer schools teach home ec anymore. Do you guys know about home economics? So kids have no idea what a healthy meal is. We've raised an entire generation that thinks ketchup packets are a food group. Did you notice that this is he's got several of these. This is an unsupported claim. The benefit of watching these videos, I'll give you sometimes answers to the rest of your 5 steps you have to go through. So here's an answer. Copy and paste this one. This is for number 4, an unsupported claim. Turn off the cathode ray tubes once in a while. The average kid spends 5.5 hours per day in front of a TV. Okay, pause for a second. I did not know what this meant, cathode ray tubes. I'm guessing tubes, though. That sounds like TV. So I don't need to look that up, because then the next sentence continues and it tells me 5.5 hours per day in front of a TV. So I guessed correctly. This is one of those non-essential vocabulary words, because we can figure it out through context. Okay, 5.5 hours per day in front of a TV, a video game monitor, or a computer. Our kids have the strongest thumbs in the world. It's the rest of their bodies that jiggle like a San Andreas Jello factory. I mean, the hits just keep on coming with all these different nicknames. I'm gonna write that as a way, these nicknames. And he continues to give nicknames and poke fun of the kids who are overweight. Should we be offended by that? Should we be sad that he's saying all of these things, that he's making fun of heavy children? I don't know. I'm not sure. How do you react to that? Are you offended by that? Are you bothered by that he continues to poke fun of children who don't really have a say in the matter? I'm not sure how I feel about that. I'm not sure how that sits with me. That would be something I would love to discuss with you. Let's keep moving. We've got to do something, and quick. Ooh, this sounds claimy, kind of like a claim. Kind of like maybe an overall claim, not just a little mini claim. I don't know. Out my window, the kids are starting another round of hot potato. Do you guys know what hot potato is? If you don't know what it is, it's a game. You can copy and paste it. Go ahead and look it up on Google real quick. But hot potato is a game where you sit in a circle and you have to pass very quickly a hot rock, or maybe literally a potato, around. And whenever I think it's the music stops, the person with the hot potato is out. Okay, so here's what he's saying. Out my window, the kids are starting another round of hot potato, only they've got forks, meaning they're going to eat that potato. And he's ending on a 1-sentence paragraph. Whew, that was a doozy. I'm not sure how I feel about the way that he's talking about kids here, but I think he really gets his point across, that this is something that is major. This is a serious concern. These are our children. These are our future. And so I'm going to stop again, and I'm going to let you continue with the rest of those 5 steps. After step 1, you have to finish it with figuring out who the audience is. I think we talked that through in this last video. And then you'll move on to figuring out how the author feels about that topic. Remember to look at those tone lists. Then you'll move into step 3, which is the claim. You want to look for his claim. It might be directly stated, but it might not be. It might be where you have to put it in your own words what his overall claim is for this article. I was seeing some people taking it directly quoted when really it shouldn't have been directly quoted, because as you get older, you're not going to see necessarily the claim directly stated, nor do you see the theme directly stated, nor do you see a central idea directly stated. So be cautious. Sometimes it'll be directly stated, and then when you're in step 3, where you figure out the claim, you can copy and paste it. Other times, though, where it's not directly stated, you're going to need to use your own words. Then you'll have to move into step 4, which is the evidence, and then step 5, the way it was developed and the effect of that way on your understanding of the claim. Thanks for sticking with me. I'm sure you did a wonderful job, and I'm sure you're ready for one more break before you continue working on filling out the rest of those noticing charts. You know I'm here for you. Please send me a chat or send me an email or any way of communicating you need. Come to our Google Meets. I'm happy to help talk you through some stuff. Good luck, and I will be talking with you soon. Thanks, everyone.